Good day, beautiful souls. I wanted to come in here today and talk to you about how I kind of deal with my shadow work when a shadow comes up and I tend to notice a negative thought or feeling that I have arise, and how I deal with it. So because I'm very busy, it's not easy for me to step aside and kind of have like 30 minutes to an hour to just analyze and dive deep what the root of why I'm feeling negative is. So I like to either write it down or write down a voice memo to help me go back to it later when I do have more time to dive deep into it. But I wanted to give you an example of what I mean about shadow work. So shadow work is like a negative trait that you might have that you don't deal with or that you're not aware of. For example, I can be very critical and very self-righteous, and it came up today. It came up with a group of women who were talking about, one of them, to their defense, one of them was talking about why she doesn't like to go to a yoga class physically, because they tend to talk about self-improvement and self-love, and she loves herself already, so she doesn't need to deal with that. And I went into that's very narcissistic. Like, a lot of people have never heard about self-love until they go to yoga, so it's not all about you, you know. But, you know, that's very critical. Like, yeah, my point of view is not incorrect, but I already went and judged her when that's also not loving, and it's also very egotistic and self-righteous of me to think of me better than her because I am more considerate of other people and they're not. So where does that root come from? And it's kind of blah blah blah. It's a little personal for me to dive deep, even like really really deep, of the root of my self-righteousness comes from. But it comes from, for me right now, is wanting to have everything perfect and be very controlling, and it goes more into my upbringing, right? So we'll leave it up there. But I want to share how I'll meditate, what triggered me about that, what feelings arose, what do I feel if I just let her be, what do I feel that I need to do to be at peace with letting her have her view, what feelings arise of me letting go of control. All of that, meaning analyzing, all of that will help me have better control. Sorry about all that noise. Once this can happen again, it happens often, to be honest. So it'll help me have better tools and better awareness of how to deal with it when it comes to that, because that's just also not very loving and not very kind to be quick to judge people. So in that note, I want to encourage people to not be judging yourself when these negative feelings come up. I have many other ones, such as anger and self-loathing and a lot of them, right? But when they come up, it's not to beat yourself up, to think about them, which is why a lot of people avoid thinking about their negative traits, but to be self-aware so that you can learn how to manage when you get those triggers, right? What makes you self-loathing? What makes you angry? What makes you be judgmental? Once you recognize the trigger, then you'll recognize how to handle it so that you improve and help you not stay lingering in those emotions, which I tend to do. So I hope that made sense and helped. For those who don't know much about shadow work, I will try to link a few videos that explains it better. before I actually also make a video that kind of goes deeper in what shadow works is. But for those who do, mainly the 2 tips that I do when something comes up is to write it down or do a voice memo when I don't have time. And also, if I also need help, a bonus point is if you slay cards like tarot or oracles, you can also ask your spirit guides for advice through them or through meditation. Bonus point. So with that, I send you all my love, and I'm off to work.